Some of the best lighting we've ever had.
Welcome back to Mike in the Morning. It's Mike Falzone's.
In the morning.
I'm the morning.
Episode 88, right, boys?
That's right.
Right, Nick?
That's right. I've been counting.
Nick
I've been
knows.
watching every single one.
Before we get into it, why don't we just take a quick word message from our sponsor? Ooh, today's episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Admit it. You think that cybercrime is something that happens to other people. You may think that no one wants your data, or that hackers can't grab your passwords or credit card details, but you'd be wrong. Stealing data from unsuspecting people on public Wi-Fi is one of the simplest and cheapest ways for hackers to make money. It's how I do it. When you leave your internet connection unencrypted, you might as well be writing your passwords and credit card numbers. You might as well be writing your passwords and credit card numbers on a huge billboard for the rest of the world to see. That's why I decided to take action to protect myself from cyber criminals like myself. I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN secures and anonymizes your internet browsing by encrypting your data and hiding your public IP address. ExpressVPN has easy-to-use apps that run seamlessly in the background of your computer, phone, and tablet. Turning on ExpressVPN protection only takes one click. Using ExpressVPN, I can safely surf on public Wi-Fi without being snooped on or having my personal data stolen. For less than $7 a month, you can get the same ExpressVPN protection that I have. ExpressVPN is rated the #1 VPN service by TechRadar and comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Protect your online activity today and find out how you can get 3 months free at expressvpn.com/beyond. That's expressvpn.com/beyond for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit expressvpn.com/beyond to learn more.
Wow.
Dude, Jinx, it was amazing. Wasn't it?
Wasn't it? I'm copying you at the same second, dude.
And we're just doing our own thing over here.
I haven't had much of a day so far. I woke up at was it 11?
It's okay.
11:30?
11:45.
11:45, yeah. And that's been about my life in recent memory. I've just been, waking up late, chilling, maxing out, relaxing, looking all cool, makes the girls down by the school.
Down by the school and it's no good.
It's a Will Smith song.
I'm losing it, man.
Are you losing it right now?
I'm losing it.
It's funny because I feel like I'm losing it too, but in a different way.
In a much different way.
You're slipping into psychosis and I'm slipping into depression. And like my days are like I'll start playing No Man's Sky at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll stop playing No Man's Sky about 3 a.m. Go into bed. Lauren's been asleep for 16 hours. I go into the bedroom, turn the TV on.
Watch No Man's Sky.
Watch other people playing No Man's Sky.
They did fix
and
that
then I
game.
wake up at 9 o'clock. So I'm
Yeah.
only getting about 6 hours of sleep, which is actually fine.
Can I tell you guys something Alyssa did recently that bothered me?
Go for it.
stung by
I'd love
bee.
to hear it.
No, she did get stung by a bee. Now she has a bee hand.
Oh, she does have a
she's a
beehive
beehive
hand.
hand.
She's a beehive hand. We said it at the same time.
I
a
worked
bespoke
real
post
hard.
hand.
I worked real hard in Fortnite to qualify for the semifinals.
Oh.
So I made it to champions bracket.
Yeah.
So I
bracket.
have something set up with Alyssa that coincides on the same day as the champions bracket. Now it's a Dodgers game and it coincides at just about the same time. And what happens is she's sitting right behind me while I'm playing hardcore.
The bitch.
And I only have about an hour out of the 3 hours to qualify for finals. I only get about 5 fucking points. Now
useless.
Tfu's in the finals he got 69 points.
He got 69 points. He got #1 in a East bracket, and Cloak didn't even qualify. So what the fuck made you think you were going to qualify? The team captain of Team FaZe didn't even qualify.
No, I don't think that's for qualifying. That's for semi.
No, that's for the qualifying.
That was for
World
semifinals.
Cup qualifying.
That wasn't the finals.
No, but if you don't qualify for the World Cup, you're not in the World Cup.
So let's
That's
introduce
what
our
I'm saying. I'm
guest.
saying we're qualifying. I was trying to qualify for the World Cup. I
Yeah.
wasn't like in the World Cup.
No, I know. I'm saying
He was qualifying for the World Cup.
Tifu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the World Cup.
No.
Oh, but
That was
no.
qualifying.
About this conversation.
Do you have to get #1 in order to qualify?
No,
You probably have to get like top 12 or something, right?
I think so.
I couldn't have done that.
No. So we're all on the same page here.
Okay, so
Fortnite over there?
Right.
yeah.
just like,
I figured I knew a way to build 90s.
built 90s.
Oh no, Tifu's didn't
get
get the best driver. He's gonna kill me.
The bus driver's gonna kill me.
Yeah, you know what? I was really surprised to hear that Nick was going to be on this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we usually like to have a guest, and I secured us a guest.
We haven't had a guest in so. Yeah, we usually.
No,
like
we usually have a fourth person always.
Should I introduce myself? Hey guys, I'm
That's what I meant by
Bespoke
guest.
Post.
You know?
This is Nick.
name's
He's
Quick.
actually just learning improv.
True. Let's give him a try. Basically, we're gonna go home and we're gonna fuck each other tonight, huh, Nick?
Yes, and I can't wait.
You're
Wow.
sucking. You're sucking, looking
Nailed
sexy,
it.
right, baby?
Yes, and
You're sucking at looking
feel good.
sexy, right, baby?
Yeah, Nick and I have gone way back. Not as back as far as any of these guys, but Nick and I go a little bit. He also shaved a little bit, and there's a bloody, leftover of a zit right on his upper lip. So
See,
that's
here's the key.
Yes,
Nick.
and it's all right.
When you're shaving your face, you trim it with the trimmer. You don't ever clean shave unless you want to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think.
You want
what do
to?
you want? What do
Yes,
you want?
and I can't really grow facial hair like a normal human being.
Like who?
Is this your first podcast?
Yes, and I'm having
No,
a great
dude, he's
time.
been on our podcast.
Was he
Yes,
good?
I was on your podcast.
Yeah,
good
we
on-
had him
no,
do
no,
music.
actually-
Remember?
Yes,
Were you there?
and it was great.
No.
Yeah,
was
he
he,
did a good
actually?
job.
Was
He
he
did a
actually good?
I'm pretty sure.
No, do you
I
really-
wasn't listening.
Let's ask the folks. We're taking callers now. If you wanted to call in and tell the
Should we take a
how
call?
did it go?
Well, hold on. I have a question for Nick. When's the last time you had sex?
12 hours ago, Nick?
I don't discuss those matters.
12
well,
hours.
he told us, so it was probably about 12 hours.
12 hours.
didn't.
So,
He told us 12 hours ago.
did he bust in you?
Nick has more sex than anyone that I've ever seen exist because he's a rock star, and I can only imagine what a real rock star would have sex like.
Nick's.
Dude, Octoboosh.
Yes, man.
Octoboosh.
That wasn't octoboosh. No, that wasn't. An octoboosh is you boosh everyone with one boosh.
Right. Yeah.
That was a singular boosh.
But it felt like an octoboost to me.
Yeah, it hurt you on
I
all,
still- I don't know
on
what you're
all
talking about.
fronts, You know,
Eightfold boosh.
eightfold boosh.
So,
Whole boosh.
so you guys taught me that the number one lesson of improv is
Keep going,
yes
man.
and.
Yes, and.
No, that's actually
I
the first
actually-
lesson you learn, but then you quickly realize that that's not how to
It's
do
a
it.
metaphor.
So then I'm not supposed to do that.
Well,
No,
you
don't-
are, man, but
it's the principle of yes and, meaning to always continue the conversation and never just stop talking.
You add
don't have to
information
say
to the-
yes
to
and.
it.
Like watch, Kib and I will do a perfect example. Hey, bud, I'm loving your haircut there.
thanks. I just fucking got her. Yours isn't too bad yourself.
It's hidden under the hood there.
No
Then I've
fucking
also
way.
I've also got a hat under the hood. You can't see it.
My fucking sister loves wearing hats.
My fucking
You guys
sister-
should get along well.
Really, what's your name?
Fucking bud there.
And that's just, I mean, that's
Thanks, man.
honestly
Thank you.
Academy Award
was crazy.
considered.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I try?
I mean, you
No
just,
one ever told you. I never told you about any improv rules. I've talked to you about improv.
Yes, and I know, but I'm trying.
I don't believe in a single rule for improv.
Don't, but
There
just,
is- I mean,
do it
I don't
without saying
believe-
yes and.
All right, so
Well, there's a
let-
format
can I
that
try?
works.
I don't believe in any
Can I try?
rules for any formats.
You don't
for
believe in
anything,
any rules for anything,
creative.
man.
I don't believe in creative rules. I believe that there are
So
rules.
it's the Wild Wild West. So I can just do anything.
Anything.
All right, so all right.
Yeah, we'll say anything.
Yeah,
Talk
you
to the
can
mic,
be
though. Talk to the
physical.
mic.
Will you try? Will you
Rules
start it?
are meant to be broken.
I'll start it.
bud.
I'll start it.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Show a little belly button
my
if you
head.
can.
Come on, show a little belly button, dude.
Yeah, would you
What
please?
do I do?
I'll start
You
it.
start, yeah.
Man, I was so fucked up last night. You know that amazing guitar that my granddaddy left me? Pissed on it.
Yes, and why would you do that? Because
What?
it's
You
your,
don't have
it's
to
your
say
great
yes.
You
granddad.
didn't have to say, let's
No, it's
pause
because
it.
I was drunk, couldn't even see straight, decided to piss anywhere, and it ended up being on the guitar. Here's the crazy part. The guitar's not even at my house.
It's not even his guitar.
Yeah, it's my
Anyways.
granddad's.
Yes, and then how did you get it then?
Nick, you don't have to say
yes
yes and. It's like yes and means you accept their information and then you give
Push
something.
the story.
Push
Yeah,
the
you're trying to
story.
push the story.
You're gonna
man.
force
So
push the story.
Accept their
just
information and add
imagine you're
information.
there.
Yeah.
Imagine you're there with him. You went to that party and
Okay,
you
okay.
maybe you pissed on his
Yeah,
It
guitar.
but
wasn't
Been to a
as much of
party?
a party as it was
Maybe-
just a one man drinking drunk.
So I'm just.
So you're just excluding Nick from this.
Oh.
He's just supposed to like maybe he.
No,
No,
he
I'm
did-
telling him a story.
He doesn't want him to
I'm telling him a story.
do this with him. He's doing
I'm
the
telling
thing.
him a story of last night when I was so drunk on my own, and I was so drunk on my own that I pissed on my granddad's guitar on my
His
own.
granddad's
Yes, and I was there.
Shut up and listen, bitch. This isn't just fucking anybody's show, man. We won an award.
You never heard of her? Award?
I know. No, I know.
This
I'm
is
just,
an award.
Boy, you ever
I just see you guys
heard
do
of an
it-
award?
Sorry, I just see you guys do it a lot, and you're really good at it. And I just thought
Aw.
that
Hey,
maybe
Nick,
I
let
could.
me just ask you a simple question. What award did the rec get?
Yes, and a few.
What award did the wreck get?
Hey, who's the?
Are we still doing it?
Who are your favorite?
No, we've now moved.
You live with your bandmate. Well, not all.
How
of
do
them.
I
Some
know
of
when
them.
it's a
Shut up,
bit?
bitch.
It's like you
Shut
just
up.
sort of feel and
Hey,
read the
shut up,
room.
bitch.
Now it's moved on to
Hey,
a real
hey,
moment.
shut
But he's
up.
bidding with
Shut
the
the
shut
hell
up, but he
up.
also wants us to be quiet.
Yeah, I'm
Anyways.
trying to ask him. He's our guest.
He didn't understand what the context of this whole
anything.
Part of this
If
conversation.
he didn't understand what was going on in the first 5 minutes of this fucking podcast, he's probably not going to understand the entire
Probably
time.
not
So
gonna
we're just going to have to get out.
So we're gonna go to a
We're just gonna have to
sponsor.
skedaddle.
Bespoke Post.
Fuck, man, he sucks. So I was just going to ask you. I'm kidding, Nick. Hey, shut up.
No, dude, we're having a great time.
Yeah. You live with your bandmates. I've lived with, people that I worked with in the past. Do you ever have, like, falling outs?
So I've always believed that you shouldn't live with your band.
What are you doing
Oh,
now?
wow.
So I'm
always
living with
believed
2 of the
that.
guys in the band.
So real quick, did you believe that before you lived with them, or you have found out that
No,
now?
I've always thought that before I lived with them.
But you decided to give it the benefit of the doubt and try it out.
No, it was more so like the rent here is very cheap, and they're sharing a room, and I wanted everyone in Los Angeles, and so I gave them a room. and they're
Control.
splitting it.
It's sort of like the same thing that I think about dating in the industry. I don't think you should date in the same industry.
Yeah,
Are you still farting?
That was this.
especially
was.
in the same like area, like content creator.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're like an actor and you're dating like a writer. or
Exactly,
something. It's a
yeah.
little bit different, but you still
Well,
have like
'cause
a very mutual.
you don't want to ever butt heads or feel like you have to compete.
Yep.
Because there's falling outs with like relationships, sure, with like dating. And
I
that gets
wouldn't
intense.
know. I'm a really
I think
great
with-
person to be
with-
have in your life.
With roommates, it's a different thing. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't. I don't even think you should room with like your best friends. And the reason is because you.
We
start,
did a great job. Let me pause you right
Depends.
there. When we
Depends.
lived together, man, it
How
was
long?
great, and we were sad when we couldn't live together anymore.
Aw.
Like a year.
Well, that's great.
It was
That's
amazing.
amazing.
It was an amazing time.
Anywho,
That's fantastic.
Anywho.
Go back.
I
wish
think
we could
that
go
Oh,
back.
yeah,
that
dude.
what happens is with some people, at least not in your case, because you guys are both perfect human beings, is that you start fighting over really stupid petty shit, like the dishes or like who left the garbage full and didn't take it. Like I don't want to fight with my bandmates
This is
about
what-
stupid petty shit.
You just got to make sure your
so many-
bandmates are on the same page as you as far as who gives a shit.
right.
Hey, who did that? Who gives a shit? I
Right.
cleaned it last time. Your turn.
The funny thing about when you start living with somebody like a friend or a significant other or a bandmate or something, like little things, little personality quirks come out when you live with them that didn't necessarily come out before. Like passive aggressiveness is to me the worst trait you can have. Like if you're upset about the dishes not being cleaned or put back or the trash not being taken out and you don't just tell me when you see it.
Oh, just
the
say
trash-
it.
Yeah.
Just say it. Because
Just
I'm be
say
like,
it.
oh, my bad, dude. I didn't think of it.
Yeah.
But now I know that
Hey,
that bothers
James, how's the trash?
you. Smelly.
Dick.
Yeah, it was
Go to
like
my room.
someone like left someone's pans were like dirty, and they sent in the group chat. And they're like, "Oh, the pan who left my pans?" I was like, "I went and like bought more pans." I was like, "Who cares?"
See, this is the best
Use
part about
these
living
pans.
here is
Yeah,
that when
I
I
agree.
moved in, I didn't want to, intrude on anyone's things, but I also didn't want to do any work. Like that's why I don't create any dishes because I don't leave my room and I don't borrow any dishes. I order
Interesting. Doesn't leave it
Postmates
ever?
every day. I throw it out front in
You're
the goddamn
spending.
trash.
You're fucking hemorrhaging money.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, but the money I'm saving on rent here, it just
Is the
doesn't
money you're
make any difference.
spending
Yeah,
with
money
the
I'm spending on
Postmates.
everything else. Yeah,
You sound like the perfect roommate.
I
sound like the perfect pervert.
Dude, nobody ever sees me. I talked to what's his name, Brendan.
Yeah, Brennan.
I talked to him like
He lives across the hall. Still says his name wrong every time.
Hey, Brendan.
Wait, what is it?
Brennan.
Hey, Brendan.
He had no idea.
Have you said
And then
Brendan?
Which one's Billy?
Billy
He's the
is
drummer.
Long hair drummer.
Okay, and then there's also Nick.
There's another Nick. There's two
Schmitz,
Nicks.
yeah.
Nick Schmidt.
Really?
Yeah.
So
The
here's
guitar
my thing.
player.
You've called that guy by the wrong name to his face.
No, I don't refer. No, I
He
never
slurs it every
I
time.
never.
Brennan.
Talk,
Hey, Brendan.
I never talk to anybody and say their name.
Okay, because my thing was like, if somebody is talking to you and they say your name wrong, and then they don't correct you,
It's like
that's
screw you, man.
like another thing of just like,
Dude, you've
is
been
that
calling me
too
Chris.
awkward?
And I just,
Chris.
yeah.
Is it not
up?
weird to like? I never. Whenever I talk to someone, I never use their name. Like I never say Alyssa. You
Well,
know?
it depends on like if they're in the other room and you're like, hey, Alyssa.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to
You've
get
said
attention.
my name a million times, and
Yeah,
James
and
is a
mine.
million
Yours
times.
is really fun to say.
Thank you.
What
Yeah.
about mine?
Stevie Weenie.
I do say James.
Mine's like a spell.
That's right. When you say it, you fall deeply in hate. James.
So you guys have never had like real falling outs as band members.
Well, we used to have a different guitarist. When we,
Oh, really?
Hold it. Hold
Who
it.
was
It's
it?
not a
he's
flirt.
having appendicitis.
Yeah.
He's having appendicitis.
in his asshole.
It's
yeah.
there's some. I had a
Kidney stone.
half a burrito from Crave Cafe last night, and I also had 3 tacos from Crave Cafe.
Me
and
too.
I also
Beef
had,
tacos.
Yeah.
We ate the same dinner.
Are you serious?
Yeah. From-
Dude,
you
they're
guys eat
pretty
from
good.
Crave?
And then I also
Pretty
had
good or
that-
amazing?
Oh, the apple pie cheesecake is really good. They have apple
don't
pie
have one
cheesecake.
Dude,
more in the
I
fridge.
love apple pie.
Really?
Yeah, me too.
That might be one of my top 5 favorite desserts.
It's a wonderful thing. So you've had
Apple
real
pie.
falling outs.
No,
Pumpkin
we had
pie,
we had
man.
one.
Key lime.
We had a different guitarist when we started
Pumpkin,
the band
though.
for about a year, and we just didn't really get along. The room felt like
You had a different guitarist?
Yeah,
Was it
the-
awkward and tension?
It was just weird. It wasn't natural. All the rest of us, it felt really natural. And when all 5 of us were in a room together, it didn't feel small. Now when all 5 of us are in the room, you're like, oh, where's everybody? Oh, we're all here. Like it just feels like small. Like when, for instance, I'm sure when you guys hang out with the 3 of you, it feels like you're practically alone almost. Yeah. But then if there's one other person you don't really know, or like doesn't.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
I've never thought about that. It doesn't feel as small. It feels like the room's a bit bigger.
So he was a big guy.
Yeah, he was just huge.
That's what you're saying.
We're talking about his
Dude, Kib actually, from where Kib comes from, he only thinks in a literal sense. He can't, look past any sort of like metaphor or anything.
I'll keep it.
He's a bit airy.
Yeah. Literal.
He's a bit airy.
Yeah.
So we got in. So then we found Weston, and we asked that.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
Weston's fucking great, man.
He's so chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making beats for
Honestly,
PewDiePie now, right?
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Honestly, I don't think he's a good guy.
He's like, I don't think he's a good guy.
He lives with his girlfriend, right?
No,
They broke up?
She's an AI.
No, she's a secret agent.
No, they're like the perfect couple I've ever seen.
But they don't live together?
She lives in Huntington Beach. And he lives in Silver Lake, but I think that
so
now
comes
that he's
from
like
rich
making a bunch of money
parents.
making beats, he's probably gonna get a house and they'll like move in together.
Oh, that's right, because he ghost wrote for Drake, right?
No, he
ghost produced.
Like he was forever making beats on his laptop, like on Ableton, like making like hip hop beats, and he got like a couple small placements in there from like local rappers or like,
So he's coming up
and then,
like a SoundCloud artist.
No, because he wasn't putting out. I mean, he was putting his beats on SoundCloud, but he wasn't like pushing it himself like that. He just sent beats to this guy on Instagram and was like, "Hey, do you want to check these out?" And the guy was like, "Okay," and then never heard back. And then 3 months later, he gets a call while we're on tour in New York, and the dude's like, "Hey, you got a song with Meek Mill coming out at midnight?" And he's like, "What?
At midnight?
Yeah,
What the fuck? So we just found it
was 7
randomly?
p.m. And he's like,
Does he get paid for that shit?
And so he's like, it comes out at midnight, and he goes, what the hell? And so he's like freaking out. We're all kind of celebrating. He's like, we're like, yeah, that's great. You're gonna get your foot in the door now. Like, start getting into hip hop.
In the door.
And
Right.
then he gets a call an hour later after he like agreed to the publishing percentages and his flat rate fee and for producing.
0.01%.
And then he gets a call and says, hey, by the way, you should call your mom, your girlfriend, everyone you love, whoever's supported you your whole life, because Drake's on this song. You're about to be rich, bro. Like,
Really?
And that was
unfucking
that was
real.
Going Bad by Meek
Yeah.
Mill and Drake. That
So-
piano.
So are you gonna ask him for money?
Yeah, I'm gonna start
How
bugging
much
him.
do you think he made off that?
I don't know, and I wouldn't ask. But
But I mean, we're
how much
spitballing
do you
here.
think
So
he-
yeah,
how much
He
do you
probably
think
made
he
a stack.
like 1,000, like not 1,000, sorry, 100,000 or more.
no, I have no idea.
But how much do you think he made?
Honestly, I've.
What do you think?
How much do you think he made?
I don't know.
But if
how
you were to
much
guess.
money those kind of songs make,
But
because that's
guess.
so much bigger than anything
200,000?
that I've ever been part of.
300,000?
$7.5 million.
You think he
You
made
think
that?
he made seven?
No,
You're
I
just
don't know.
flip blowing.
Yeah, I am. I'm not gonna.
Well, now you've already
I
said a
think he
number.
probably-
You've got your
probably
foot in
made
the
a mil.
water here.
no,
You probably made a
I
mill,
think he
right?
probably made
no,
100,000.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
probably like
But spitball.
I'm not gonna spitball.
You should.
Because I don't know.
Is there a fire extinguisher in here?
Yeah, what's going on?
Because I'm gonna put you on fire, and I'm gonna.
he's gonna put you on blast.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to put
blast.
you out if you don't fucking tell me. I'm gonna put you on
So
blast.
he's gonna burn your
I think
fucking
it would be
house down.
tacky and weird to ask him, and
Obviously.
also I just don't know.
But
I couldn't even
obviously,
guess.
guys, obviously, it would be tacky and weird to ask him.
Obviously
which is why
be
you
tacky and
speculate.
weird.
You know, you're in the music industry. If you speculated and you figured out how much he was making, how much? I mean, off of this, how much do you think it would be?
I honestly, I don't know.
A mill.
Man.
Let's go with a
If
mill.
it, if, it
Well,
was like
no.
if it was like an alternative band who had a song that did well and started crossing over to pop a little bit, I could kind of guess what that would be. This is a song that went top 10 on the Hot
platinum.
100. This song that's 2 times platinum now. It's gonna go 3 times platinum.
Oh, dude, he
He's got
probably
a
made a
percentage
cool
of-
200K.
Like,
300K.
he's got,
I'm
like-
thinking he made like 500 to a mill.
Well, he didn't produce the whole song. He produced a piece of
piano
the
sample.
song
Well, so-
that someone then produced.
Yeah.
Wait, he only made the piano sample?
Yeah.
So he did the piano part.
What the fuck?
So a
dude?
couple
They outsource
hundred
and pay
grand,
people
probably.
fucking 500 grand just to do a fucking
No,
piano part?
What happens is he'll make 20 fucking loops a day with his friends or like by himself, and he'll just make these like arrangements, like piano parts or guitar parts, and he'll just keep pumping them out, and then send them to someone else who does drums really well, someone who does bass lines really well, and then they have this beat together, and then they've got a folder of fucking 1,000 of them, and then they have management who like finds the right beats for the right artist, and they send them out, and they'll go in the studio for a session and play them 20
What if an
beats.
artist steals that?
That's why you have lawyers and your management, and you've got proof that you made it, and you sue them. Or sometimes
Yeah, I mean,
an
no-
artist will just put out a beat that you produce on and not give you credit, and then sometimes it's small producers and they get screwed over and they can't afford lawyers. And
That's so
Right.
fucked up.
yeah.
Huh.
But no, it's
That's what he was, a bunch of Nick shit.
it's amazing. It's honestly like
Send 'em out.
the hip hop industry right now is such a cool hustle, and they do it in a way that's like, if they're excited about a song, they'll just put it out. They don't care. With rock, it's like you write a song, it might come out in a year and a half,
Brendan, I heard him.
Brennan.
Fucking
Dude.
guys. Hey,
Wow.
let's be real, guys. Who fucking
Hey,
cares?
let's be real, man. I'm gonna call him Guy. Hey, Guy.
I heard him working
Hey,
on
listen,
a
guy.
ballad that sounded real good.
He's great. He's a really good producer.
That was a really great, like, slow ballad thing.
I don't know which one. Oh yeah,
That was really good. It sounded
very
really
good.
good.
He's very good.
I was very impressed.
Is he saying or is he
Wow, thanks,
just
man.
producing?
Produces. Yeah.
It was I was totally impressed, and I realized that I'm surrounded by very talented musicians, and I wish I didn't lose my eye lock, because then I would be. I'd be
you can
working
make
on music with you
music.
guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would be learning from the
Buy
best.
another eye lock, man.
They're $60, man.
You spend 120 a day on Postmates, man. Starve yourself for a day,
Dude, I spent $50 on Postmates last night to get
Yeah.
this shit. So stupid. So stupid.
I do
need
that
to
shit
stop
too, though.
buying fucking Postmates. I'm just buying Postmates and
Well,
watching
you're hungry
fucking
and you're
True
like-
Detective, Game of Thrones, and this is the best time for content that has probably ever existed since like the Breaking Bad and when
We have
Walking Dead was good. And
Avengers Endgame and the Battle of Winterfell in the same weekend.
what the fuck is that, dude? That's amazing.
Unfucking real.
Haven't seen
and
either.
you haven't seen either.
I don't
It's
really.
I
the
watched
batter of
You did?
Rich.
Endgame, dude.
Was it as good as everyone says, or
was
just
good.
it was just good? Yeah, I imagine it was just good.
No, it was
Don't
great.
do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's okay.
He's
just okay.
He's trying to fucking
Dude,
instigate
Nick,
me right
what's your
now.
favorite
Look
fucking
at him,
movie?
look at
Trying to
his-
instigate
look
you,
at his-
man, just because the movie's not very good.
Look at his fucking eyes, man. They're,
Oh,
they're,
look
they're
at my
swirling
fucking
around.
eyes, dude. It's just all right.
What is your favorite movie, Nick? Come
I don't
on.
know. I'm having a panic attack ever since you said that.
You gotta have one, man.
About what?
I just want to know where we're at.
Maybe Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, that movie's fucking amazing with the kung fu,
Really?
It's just fun.
and they're floating
No.
around and
no,
shit.
but what do you
No, you're
Honey,
thinking
no.
of Kung Fu
What
Hustle.
is
I'm
he
thinking about
talking
I'm thinking about Kung Pao Chicken.
It's a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen Moonrise Kingdom.
It's the one
by
with the
Wes
like,
Anderson, actually.
I'm a fucking bird.
Oh, you were thinking of fucking Hidden Dragon?
The one where they literally like it's old as shit, and they're like
Kung
Mulan.
Pao King of like.
it's
No, you're
called
thinking
like
of, like-
something Kingdom of something.
Kingdom of Heaven.
Maybe that's called.
No, I know.
What
you're
am I
You're
thinking of? And it was
thinking
great.
of,
it was like a movie we saw when we were kids, probably.
Hidden Dragon, Crouching Tiger.
I think of
or
Crouching
whatever.
Tiger.
Something
Great.
like that.
Or
Kung
the
Pao when he like goes like this and has to twist like the weird pyramid out of the guy's chest.
That's
that movie?
Kung
that's
Fu
Red,
Panda.
that's Chronicles of Riddick.
That's Kung
No,
Fu
neither-
Panda.
Movie-
Yeah,
movie's
skadoosh.
Moonrise Kingdom.
I don't
so,
know.
So
I just
that's where you're at.
I've seen
Okay.
it a million times, I guess.
Okay.
but-
No, that's a good
Have you
sign.
seen The Little Butler Boy by Wes Anderson?
Sometimes I wonder about what my real favorite movie is because I have movies that I think are my favorites, but they're not the ones that I've watched the most. Like the movies I've watched the most, probably The Hurt Locker, and David Fincher's Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Those are the two movies I've watched the most times in my life. So maybe, what does that mean? Are those my favorite movies? Because I always say that
There's
There
some
Will Be
movie-
Blood is my favorite movie.
I think you're so into film, like all of us, like it's hard to have one. You just have multiple favorite movies.
I don't believe in that, man. I
Really?
always
don't believe in
I hate when
favorites.
people, dude. I'm
Really?
like, what's
Yeah.
your
You're
your
not like,
favorite?
oh,
and
these-
then someone's like, I don't know, I have so many. I just want to
That's
kill
me.
those people,
That's
dude.
me, dude.
I
That's
want to
me.
fucking
Yeah, we're the
kill those
opposite,
people.
'cause I don't-
That you're saying you want to kill me, dude. when
We're
you say it.
separating the room
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
fucking
I don't believe-
separating this
I'm able to
shit.
separate myself from that. I know for a fact that people have different opinions. Like, do you have a favorite thing?
a favorite thing.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing,
Do you
James?
believe in
what's
favorite
your
things
deal?
or do you
What's your
believe-
favorite color? What a stupid question.
Oh,
Here's the
that's
thing.
bullshit. I don't care.
Red
You're
and
in,
blue.
you're
You can't
yellow.
choose.
Look,
Yellow.
look, look, look. You can be in different moods.
like teal?
You can be in different little themes that you really like watching.
You
or
can be in different
music
movies.
You can be in different movies if you're an actor or extra. Like, there'll be moods where I'm really into like crime thrillers or crime dramas, and then I'll be like, yeah, The Departed or Goodfellas is my favorite. And then there'll be times where I'm more into like artsy shit, or more into horror, more into sci-fi. Like, it depends what mood you're in to think of like the first thing that comes to your head when
Totally
you're saying
agree.
like, this is my favorite right now or whatever.
Cool.
But you have a, I mean, somebody who
Steve's trying to just move
enjoys,
us along.
No, I believe in this fully.
Do you?
Yeah, that
Really?
you have a favorite in the moment.
Yeah.
So just say what your favorite in the fucking moment is.
Yeah.
I'll ask you again later.
I think the movies that I've watched the most are The Departed, Old Boy, This Is England, and
Winnie the Pooh's Adventure.
Winnie the Pooh's Adventure.
I still haven't seen Old Boy.
You should.
I just I haven't found a. Do you have it on Blu-ray or DVD?
Yeah.
Oh, can I borrow that today?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I really like Lion. Lion's
Lion
one of my
King.
favorite.
I haven't seen that
What's
though. I heard it's
Lion?
really good. It's
Oh,
with
it's so good.
Dev Patel, and he when he's a child in India, he gets adopted, right?
No, well he
Or
gets
he's an
lost.
orphan. Yeah, and then
Oh, I've
gets
heard about
adopted
that.
by Nicole Kidman, and then so it's like him grown up and going back to like trace his roots and stuff.
But he uses Google Earth to try to find his original village.
That's crazy.
And it's based on a true story.
Sounds like searching.
It's all a true story, and like it's based on literally Google did a video on YouTube that was like, hey, look at this guy who tried to find his family using Google Earth, and like he would just search trying to look for like the water tower,
looking for a fucking image of someone going,
hey, it's
7
me,
years
you're from
ago.
Here.
And
fuck that. Though.
It's brilliant. It's an amazing.
Fuck that.
Oh, great.
Because you're currently you're currently living in the greatest content time. And you guys, neither of you have seen either of the things that matter right now.
I know, but why do I have to watch a
saw
full
Endgame.
fucking season of a show
I haven't seen that
to
yet.
enjoy it? Do you have to eat a whole steak to then decide you fucking liked it, or should the first bite be good?
Okay, Crystalia.
Should it or not?
That's a
Dude,
Crystalia joke.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, it's
Hey,
not.
Actually,
That is a
because you
Crystalia
said
joke,
you
'cause you
watched
said that to Bobby Lee.
the
It's
first
not.
episode of
You
Game
can
of
pull
Thrones.
up the clip. Huh?
Guys, let's
You
pull up
said
the clip.
you said you watched the first episode of Game of Thrones
Yeah.
and you didn't like it.
And it didn't do anything for me. You know?
So I remember it depends. That's another thing that depends on the mood you're in. Because I remember like a year and a half ago, I watched the first episode of The Sopranos, and I was watching it, and I was like, yeah, it's cool, but it didn't hook me. And then a few months ago, when I watched it again, I watched the first episode again, and I was like, why didn't I like this? This is fucking.
Maybe you didn't relate to it.
Oh,
at
I
the time.
see.
Either didn't relate, or whatever mood I was in,
Just
or
weren't
other
feeling it.
noise that was getting in the way that wasn't allowing me to enjoy it in the moment.
That's true.
So
I can
like,
see that.
Yeah.
And
that shit
also, it's
happens.
not quite like I agree with the Game of Thrones thing. I tried to watch the first episode, and now it just didn't hook
It's
me.
very.
I don't want to have to
But-
watch a
but
bunch of it to be like, oh, I'm starting to like it.
Yeah, but the thing is, how many seasons is it at now?
It's at the 7th or the 8th.
and now
Okay,
it's
so-
not
so
as
think-
approachable.
Yeah, no, but think about it. Yeah, sure. Like now you have to go through 8 seasons to catch up, but also like if it's 8 seasons in and this many people and it's this culturally relevant and it's huge, fuck the first 2 episodes. Get through them then and get to the part that.
You
That's
guys
true.
gotta watch it. It is.
I'm still not gonna do it.
It's
but,
the
like,
life.
I'm
It's
still
the
not
life
gonna
of
do
society.
it.
It's the same thing with Breaking Bad. The first 2 seasons of Breaking Bad were not a hit.
I loved
It
it.
took-
Breaking
it took
Bad.
season
Not
3 to make
everybody,
it.
I loved
not
it
everybody
immediately.
in the world was like Breaking Bad for 2 whole seasons, and the 3rd season blew the fuck up. So
But
like
for me, I loved it right off the bat.
everybody
Watched the first
caught up.
episode, I was like, oh,
But, like, did you watch it when it first
yeah.
came out, or did you watch it when the hype was already there?
Probably after the hype had
You
already
watched it when the
passed.
hype was already. Well, I mean,
Because
still,
the
you know
legacy-
about
maybe
the
2014.
legacy of it by then.
I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
don't
watching
know.
it when it's first coming out, but now it's
True.
like you should know about the legacy of Game of Thrones.
I
Like,
do,
this
that's
is-
the thing.
This is arguably one of the best shows that's ever been made in the history of TV.
It's,
I will
yeah,
say
I've
top
heard that.
3
It's top 3.
from what I've seen. Top 3 shows: number 1, Sopranos; number 2,
Rugrats.
no, I
Rugrats
can't
is great.
decide if
Rugrats is
Breaking Bad
great.
and Game of
Reptar,
Thrones are
come
2
on.
or 3. Like
I'm
which
gonna go
one's
with Game of
which.
Thrones as number 2, and then Breaking Bad. I'm gonna say number 3.
But
Breaking
Sopranos
Bad
is definitely
my
number 1.
ultimate number 1. It's just like
It's a
perfect.
brilliant. But so you should
perfect.
watch Sopranos and Game of Thrones.
really.
But he's gonna have to watch. Which one should he watch first? I'm gonna say Game of Thrones because that's the more culturally relevant. He can watch Sopranos anytime. It's gonna leave the same impact on him.
You can watch 2 or 3 episodes a day or night of Game of Thrones, and
You should.
get through it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe I will.
We need you to watch this, man. We both need you to watch
2
this.
weeks. I could get through all of it in 2 weeks if I watch 2 episodes a day.
You
And
don't.
you-
You don't have to.
Well, you don't have to. Like I'm saying, if you wanted to like get caught up and be able to watch the actual series finale when it
Yeah.
came out.
The series. That's such a cultural event. This has been what 10
I know
years?
that's what
No,
what makes me want to watch it.
almost 10 years.
There's,
I think it was 2.
Because 2 years in between season 7 and Stephen
Stephen
Eight.
Eight, 2009.
Because it's been 8 seasons and there was a 2-year break
Yeah,
between. So
that's
I think it's
crazy.
almost 10 years.
so the thing for me is the 2 reasons I want to watch it, not knowing what it's about or truly why it's that good, is A, the cultural presence of it. It's such a big thing people are talking about. It's on Twitter. I'm like, fuck, I wish I cared, you know, and then I could be giddy about it too. And then B is just the legacy of it's supposed to be the best fucking show. And it's like Lord of the Rings. Like it's the genre that I like. Like I love Lord of the Rings. I love The Hobbit. That
Dude,
shit is like, it
so-
gives me butterflies to hear the music in
Yes.
fucking Shire Town.
That's why-
Dude, the Targaryen theme when the dragons come in every time. Oh my
My
god.
favorite theme. My favorite theme is the I don't know if it's Stannis Baratheon's theme or the Red Woman's theme. It's like
It's not doing anything for me.
I don't know what that
This isn't
theme
doing
is.
anything for me
My favorite
yet.
theme is the one where it's when Daenerys saves the group of people that are like the Red Tormund and all them when they're on that thing and the dragons come in. It's that theme, and then also when just anytime the dragons come in and Daenerys is there, it's like Okay, you guys, there's everything about the show. Oh, also, when you go back and watch season 1 and like season 2 and all that, and you see where they are with lighting and cinematography and season
to get much better.
season, it's like watching a soap opera in the first couple of seasons.
Yeah, no.
Not quite a soap opera,
No,
but it's
stop.
like
Jane the Virgin.
You're ruining
wanna-
this. You're ruining all
I
the
don't wanna-
progress you've made.
Poor Jane.
That's not true. It's still great cinematography and great everything. But since, like with any show that gains more notoriety and gets another season, the
Daddy
production,
gets older, Mama gets
production
younger.
value and the budget goes way up.
the CGI now. I mean, remember when they first had the dragons and all that stuff, and the CGI used to be,
It was good.
It was good.
But now it's great.
but now it's like 5-star movie level.
Wow.
It's
because they're spending
Cameron?
like
Cameron
$100
level?
million
James Cameron level.
if not more. No, I think they spent $1 billion on
one
of
episode?
the episodes this
Holy
season.
fuck, man.
Hey,
There's
that
no
doesn't-
way they
you guys,
made their money
you
back
guys,
on that
hey, no,
episode.
wait, everybody.
Billion.
No.
Absolutely
$1
impossible.
billion.
Absolutely not
No,
possible.
that's not possible. They
Hold
don't.
on,
They
hold
didn't
on.
spend $1 billion on Endgame.
From someone that knows nothing about this. What?
Absolutely not.
Hey guys,
No way.
everybody here, nobody's seen it, including me. What? What are you saying? $1 billion, James?
They probably spent
The
$100
entire
million.
U.S. GDP is $1 billion. Dude,
All of the money
it
that the
couldn't be
US
$1 billion.
has.
Wait, what?
It's probably
If
100
you-
million.
You can't tell from the camera, but he's got this smirk smile on his face. Smirk.
He's got this smug
He's like,
smile.
just wait.
Just wait,
Just
you, you
somehow-
piece of shit.
Somehow,
wait.
in a weird alternate universe,
Smirk smile.
one
Okay,
episode
smirk
of Game of
smile on
Thrones,
his
I could
face.
imagine the entire season being $1 billion because they're
No,
gonna make
it'd be
that
more
back.
than that. The most recent season, in like paying the actors and shit, who are now like the
$1 billion
for a season. That's how many
Maybe.
episodes?
Maybe.
How many
That's-
episodes?
Did you find it?
How many episodes in a season?
This one's only 6 episodes.
Okay, $1 billion's too much.
It's
even
6
for the season.
Episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, each episode's like an hour 30.
Why don't you? Can't
So
we
it's like
just
a
Google
movie.
how much did they
Dude.
spend?
You're so stupid.
Wow.
No.
Dude,
An episode is
check
a
this out. Season 8 cost more than $90 million.
Wait, are you serious?
Dude.
Dude, I was like,
And you had that smile for so long.
Well,
dude, one episode of season 8 was
Was
$1
$1 billion.
dude, do you know that Endgame?
That's how the shit like gets
Freak me the
spread.
fuck out,
People are
man.
like, then 800 million people are like, they spend $1 billion on an episode. That's how shit spreads. One podcast.
Dude, me, I'm able to influence 800 million people.
Well, it spreads by person to person to
But what
person.
is
from
that-
me.
What
Yes.
does that even matter
You're
if that does
famous,
spread?
Because then I'm a king, dude. I'm a king.
Dude,
Quick Google search. Oh no.
Oh, he's
no.
wrong. Endgame in the opening weekend it broke $1 billion.
is that going to go
Wow,
on to be
That's
the
a record.
biggest?
That's the record.
Okay.
It's by a lot too, right? I think I saw a chart. The one below
Opening
that was
weekend.
Yeah,
better
Just
be.
opening
That's what I
weekend.
mean. It won
That's
by
3
like a
days.
fuck ton. Like it was way above anything that's ever been.
Yeah, that's not like, a month in they passed $1 billion. No,
Yeah.
3 fucking days. Box office numbers passed $1 billion.
It takes me a long time to get $1 billion.
Do you guys think?
Still working at
So
it.
I have a
Yeah.
theory. I have a conspiracy theory. In the next couple of years, I think we're going to see a content drought with all these. Like, we're starting over the entire Marvel universe. People aren't going to care as much, at least in my opinion. Same with Game of Thrones is ending. I'm sure they're going to, they're doing prequels and all that shit, which is going to be amazing. But nothing's going to be the same.
Well, here's the thing.
Wait.
You fucking
In
freak.
this content drought, you know what we're going to see when he finally decides to release it? Avatar 2. He's
Oh,
waiting.
man.
Dude, he's waiting. He's been
Yes,
waiting
he
this
is.
entire time for Game of Thrones to end and for the Marvel Universe to die down. He's been waiting.
Because
And it'll
No,
be
all
amazing.
Avatar-
It'll be fucking phenomenal
Avatar
too.
2 will do well if it came out now, but to think that how am I going to compete with Marvel or Game of Thrones or like things like that or Star Wars? And then
Now he's gonna
Oh, wait.
he's gonna be the one.
so
Dude,
he-
he's been waiting this entire
he
time.
shot
It's not
Avatar
even
2.
be called Avatar. It's Ava 2.
with the number 2.
It's called Avatui. It's Ratatouille sequel, Avatar.
Dude,
It's
he shot
Ratatouille, a blue
Avatar 2.
Ratatouille.
He shot Avatar 2 back to back with Avatar 1. So it's like 2009 CGI coming out in 2025.
Oh, yeah.
No, you still watch Avatar 1. It's
It's
great.
still
No, it's great.
It's
fucking
great. Yeah,
phenomenal.
like they could release that today, and I'd be like, oh, this is next level shit.
You know what's wild? If you go back and watch movies from like the 80s and 90s and like even like when was the Titanic made?
97.
97. Like other like CGI was not great, but it's the people that put fucking so much money into it back then still made stuff that holds up to today. Yeah. Which is
Look at
wild.
Jurassic Park even.
Yeah.
With
Dude,
the
I love
the
movies
CGI
like-
and practical.
And then watch
Most of it
any other
does.
movie that
Most
has
of it holds
CGI and it'll be like bullshit and you're like holy
Some of
fuck,
Jurassic
man.
Park doesn't hold up though.
Yeah, but a lot. Honestly, though, like I can't remember what I was watching, but they were talking about how like the time and money they spent doing it back then, the reason it looks so good is because they didn't have anything to base it on. They're like, we're just gonna make it look real.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. So now, then after that, a bunch of these movies came out. They were like, oh, we'll just kind of make it look like we'll do the Jurassic Park thing, or like they were like kind of referencing other CGI and not going for like, oh, we need to make it look real. They're just like, we'll just make it look CGI real.
Yeah.
But if they didn't have anything to base it on, how could they make it look real?
Because they're basing it off of real things.
They were literally just worried about that. It was the way they approached it.
Okay, so they were basing it off of real shit, but people that were copying them were basing it off of their shit.
Yeah,
and
it's basing off like CGI, I guess.
So it's like if you base CGI off of something real, it's going to be a couple levels below real. Because it's impossible to make it look fully real. But then if you so that's already a couple levels below real.
It's like
so then
degrading
other CGI that's basing off of that CGI is going to be a couple levels below that.
Yeah. And also when you're trying to make it look real, there's going to be moments when you're like, okay, we can't do this in CGI, so we're going to make this giant dinosaur head instead. We're going to spend the money to make this giant thing that we put on a pole and move and make that look real.
One guy's just holding the entire T-Rex head.
I think that's all really dependent on the people doing it, because I feel like if you're basing it off of Jurassic Park CGI instead of real things, I'm sure there are people that, if they're talented enough working on that, they could be like, well, I could do it better this way. Like subsurface scattering or some bullshit, like make it look like the light hits it better and all that kind of stuff. Like I feel like that's just all about the people that are working on it and the talent there. It's not actually related
the budget
to
It's
too.
also the budget,
exactly.
The money that they're willing to, the money and time that they have to do it. Because with Black Panther, when that came out, the reason why like the fight scene at the end between Black Panther and Killmonger is bad is because I forget who wanted it, but they wanted.
I think it was the directors. I think it was the Russo. Or did the Russo brothers direct it? No, they didn't. No, I'm stupid. Fuck it.
F. Gary Gray. Who? F. Gary Gray, I think the guy. Who
Sasha Grey. Yeah, she directed it.
They wanted to add in like more into this fight scene, and it was like a month before the fucking movie was going to come out. And so they had to like scramble at the last minute to add more to this fight scene. That's why it looked so like
you want to know what they had to add?
Loose and fluid and shit.
It was originally a completely different thing, and then they wanted it all a continuous shot.
Yeah, instead of cuts.
Oh, wow.
So they had to make it like, and the thing with like, and I'm sure you're like realizing this now working on stuff, like animating and CGIing like bodies fighting really fast and shit, it makes them look like they're fucking noodles, and they're all just swirling around and shit. That's why Matrix Reloaded, or was it Revelations, the one that has that like fucking crazy fight scene where Neo's fighting like 100 Mr. Smiths.
They're all like,
yeah,
and you know what?
He's like spinning around and he just looks like a noodle.
You notice that in the most recent episode of Game of Thrones too, when all the things are on the dragon and they're all falling off. You can see the noodle effect on all those people because. It's CGI, obviously.
You mean like the ragdoll, but it's too limp
it's like
and
a soft
it doesn't
body ragdoll.
it doesn't like calculate the data of like if bones were there that it would break like this and this wouldn't bend and like,
it's
like the World War Z issue, where all those things
right.
are like crawling on each other and then they all fall around like they're those little army guys.
Yeah, like it's cool to do
stiff.
that, but like the complexity in that, having 100 fucking people all rolling on top of each other, that's so much fucking detail to make it all look accurate. Like even just you're doing the top layer of people because you don't have to worry about what's in the middle, but like that's so many people and so much detail to worry about getting right that it's all gonna look like a fucking mess.
I can't even make a Q-tip look right.
I can't even make a cute guy.
You're getting there, man. You're getting there. It looks good, but it stands out from it's the way you actually have the actual Q-tip itself. It doesn't look like that has thread texture in it. It looks like cotton ball, like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to take another look at it.
You see the texture of the hairs outside it, but then it's like this not detailed enough image on the actual Q-tip. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
The texture maybe of the Q-tip.
That's really strange because it's 8K.
Maybe it needs to be 9K.
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 What time are we at, James?
I was trying to look at that, but this says 1200.
We've been going for 1,200 hours.
Yeah, what does 1200 mean, Nick? Does that mean an hour and 20 minutes?
We're at 40 minutes.
40 minutes, baby.
Hour and 20 minutes. Wow, I've been farting.
I've been farting.
I guess this is probably a good time for another sponsor.
Yeah, let's roll a sponsor. Thank you to the sponsor for sponsoring the podcast.
Thank you,
Wow,
Bespoke
that was a
Post.
tight
It
podcast.
wasn't Bespoke
It's not
Post,
Bespoke
Nick.
Post, man. You got to stop saying that.
Well, you guys, I wanted to tell you something that happened that was pretty scary for Sammy Joe and I the other day. Our dog Odie, we thought he was going to die.
This is part of your set?
No, it's not. This isn't. Don't laugh, man. Don't laugh, dude.
Sorry, dude.
Laugh at the end when everything's okay. We thought he had bloat. If you don't know what bloat is, puppies and older dogs, and particularly in certain breeds, can have a swelling in their belly that gets so swelly, so swelly that they can just fucking die. Their stomach like swells up with gas, and then their stomach rolls.
Oh my God.
And then they can fucking die. And he was like way big, like swollen like a fucking balloon and hard as a rock. Called the vets. They were like, you should probably bring him in. But if he's not acting weird and he seems fine other than the bloating, like you could wait till the morning because it was like 11 o'clock at night. And then we were like, you know what? He seems fine. He's not in distress or anything. Let's give it some time. And he was also farting a lot. So that was good for you. He kept farting and farting and farting. Then hours later, we took him outside. It started going down, man. He started shitting. Wow. He was like, I'm not even kidding.
No, he had a
string, like a spaghetti shit shot out of his ass. Dude, multiples of them. Nothing, regular shit. I think he's drinking too fast. And he's getting fucking air like. Oh, wow. He's just fucking slow it down, buddy.
You little glutton.
You fucking glutton.
Glutton.
Just fucking bloated.
It was just bloated and
dude.
farting.
I just imagine him laying on his back like.
It's exactly what he was doing.
Let out a string shit.
I swear it shot. I was laughing so hard, and we didn't want to make him feel bad in case his stomach hurt because he was just like. It was like
didn't want to
it sounded like this.
Feel bad?
Yeah, do dogs have that level of empathy or understanding of not empathy?
Maybe.
But,
Totally, they can feel embarrassment. They feel like instinctual
feel
things like they
little
can feel
foot
anger,
little foot
hungry,
can't feel
sadness,
damn thing.
confusion.
I don't think that they would feel embarrassment from you laughing at them. I think they'd feel embarrassment from like if they fell or something. Like they tried to jump on the thing and they fell, because it takes more understanding to like understand that you're laughing at me, not just laughing, rather than like I'm walking. Oh, I fell.
You underestimate, man. I play poker with him.
He
wins every time.
Make my dogs feel embarrassment through pain.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's just pain that they feel.
Beat training. You ever gonna
Fear.
get a dog, Nick?
no,
I
not
wouldn't.
here.
If I were you.
You seem like the kind of guy that would kill an animal.
Yeah,
when he
that's
was
why I wouldn't if I were you.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, would you?
No, I think I wouldn't get a pet only because
You're
know
touring.
that I spend 16 to 18 hours a day in here working on stuff, and I'm so self-absorbed with my own work and my own things that like I avoid relationships and pets. And
Yeah.
You are very
like
self-absorbed.
a lot of like I have a very tight-knit friend group. Like I only have like 3, 4, 5
friends.
Am I part of that friend group?
You're getting there.
Kinda.
I think I'm
we
getting.
live together. That's pretty much the only thing.
We're definitely getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Pal.
Did you have any
Fuck yeah, dude.
second thoughts? Like bring someone else in to live here instead of me?
No.
I was the first thought.
No,
because
I think he was the only
asked for
thought.
it.
You were the only thought.
No, I'll tell you. Because you had mentioned that you needed a place to stay, and we had an opening, and it was like I know that you work very hard, and you're someone who like keeps productive, and that's the kind of energy that I wanted in the house. Like the fact that I don't see any of the guys either, like all day long, and just having people because they're always working on stuff or they have stuff going on, or like. It's just good to be surrounded by people who are working on things and being productive.
Yeah, Steve's one of the most productive people.
He's one of the most productive people
He's like
I've
hard
I'm
ever.
productive when it's something that I wanted to do.
Steve, a year ago, man, 2 years ago, was the most productive person I've ever met in my life. Now,
Oh god.
Steve's
I'm
very
productive in
productive.
a different way now.
He is. I know. I'm just shitting on you.
Yeah.
Because you deserve it.
But no, you're absolutely right.
I was actually this close to renting out the room just so that you couldn't live
Just
there.
you couldn't live there.
dude, you go broke just to keep me down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then I'd have to go live in Ventura, and that's.
And I was going to rent
That
out
would
that
have been
house
shitty.
too.
Because then we never would have saw you ever again.
I would have never
And then
come back
Literally
to LA.
never again.
Truly. If I went to Ventura, you guys would never see me for the rest of your lives.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
unless
not.
I came back to LA.
It's not.
Unless I came back to LA and
You'd visit.
there was some freak chance that
We'd
I wasn't
have-
doing something in LA already, and I'd be like, you guys would have to be the ones to know that I was coming, because I wouldn't be the ones to hit you.
This
guys
is
up.
what would have
Yeah.
happened. You would have hit me up and like,
No.
Clay, I really want to hang out with you.
If you were
I want to
single-
hang out with you at the beach.
If you were single and you weren't, like,
You're not single, dude.
No, I know, but it's we're a different
Sorry.
kind of. We have different relationships, you know. Like, if you were single and I knew you weren't like doing anything, you didn't have plans already.
I'd make plans. If you were in Ventura and you were like, hey, let's go do something this weekend, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Or even during the week or something.
you
Are
would
kidding?
drive up to Ventura to do shit with me.
Yes, absolutely.
I've never had anybody say that before.
Yeah, dude. Of course, especially if I knew I couldn't see you. It's one of those things. I know I could see you any day.
Let's stop freaking out about the hypotheticals.
You know?
I'm here, guys. I live 5 seconds away from James.
Maybe you should go to Ventura.
Did I?
I'm kidding.
Did I talk about the high thing when these guys got me high? Because I
Don't
did the,
lump me in with these
I did
guys. You
I did
pointed
the
over here.
walk to your house recently, and it took like a
talked
minute.
about that.
Yeah, we talked about that on
podcast.
Faux 20.
Okay.
On Faux 20.
Because it was very
Sorry about
eye opening how crazy drugs are, Nick.
Faux
and
20.
I don't smoke weed.
You do a lot of different kind of things, though, right?
Yeah. I don't smoke weed because I get super paranoid and anxious.
Me too, dude. Me too. Even if I'm like by myself, I'll be like,
Yeah, like even if I take an edible, like a small one, like
No, edibles
10 milligrams,
are the worst.
I'll just
I'll
be
never
like,
take an edible again.
I'll just be like, oh gosh, are the doors locked? Am I sure that the door's locked? Like,
I just checked.
You leave the doors open all day. Why do you
like, trying to
care when
watch
you're
a movie,
high?
I'm not really paying attention.
The front door's always open. I walk.
Why do you care?
Here, man.
They
I take shit out of your fridge. You're not even here.
I took a shit in your fridge. Not even here. I did you a favor. It might seem kind of creepy, but when you guys were all gone,
I made your bed.
and I had to leave
came in your
somewhere. I
bed.
didn't want to leave the house unlocked, so obviously I would lock the door.
Yeah.
But I went into everybody's rooms, every single person's rooms, and I locked the windows.
That's true. And then
Wow.
because we
Open
always leave our things unlocked, my friend Andrew asked if he could come grab some things at the house, which I told him, of course, yeah, go by the.
And then it
back
was
door.
locked.
And then everything was locked, even the windows. And so he like drove 50 minutes to get there, and I'm like, oh man. And then I called Steve, and Steve's like, yeah, I couldn't figure out how to lock your bedroom window. And
So
I
yours
called
was
him,
open.
And so my friend Andrew had to break the screen off my window and climb through my window and flip onto my bed to get
That's
his
so
things.
funny.
But
Yeah.
hey, when
It's
you
funny
think
how
about it, everything's
paranoid
been
that
safe.
is.
Everything's been safe, you know.
Yes.
I don't think it was necessary to lock everything that much.
No, I think it is. I
Was
think
it?
it's great.
Really?
Everyone here has a lot of very expensive things, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying everyone. I'm saying me.
You do have a lot
I
of very expensive things.
I
You
have a lot.
the camera. The camera's your most expensive possession.
No. Yes. Well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over $10,000.
The thing is, someone's always home. That's why we keep someone's always here.
Yeah.
That we all, because we're all, it's either band or crew who lives here other than Steve. We all went to Arizona for a festival.
Well, if you
for
guys
the
are ever out of
weekend.
town, just let me know and I'll come steal some shit.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you how you guys on tour were and if you how you guys were and if you missed me.
Up on
We
stage.
were great.
I miss you, Steve.
Do you guys think about me or talk about me at all? Like, is anyone talking
The
shit
show
about me in
went.
this house?
The
Is
show
anyone-
went really well.
That's cool. Is
Hell
anyone-
yeah, dude.
He had a lot of fun.
What kind of show
Wait,
was
guys,
it?
no, seriously.
Magic.
The concert show.
Magic.
Wait, hey.
It was outside in the pool.
No, seriously,
in a pool.
real talk.
Yeah.
Does anyone in this house have a fucking problem with me yet? Anyone have a fucking problem here?
Yes,
No,
it was
no,
like
seriously.
2 shows. It was
No,
like a
no,
Saturday
seriously.
Sunday
Hey,
thing.
wait.
You played at a water park?
Yeah. Oh my god, I got
That's
to jump in the
crazy.
water after.
I want to
set.
know about the drama, actually.
It was really
So
cool.
sick. Oh,
We-
that's the video you showed
Sum
me.
41 headlined, and they were really good, and they
What are
played
these
all my
little
favorite
white
Sum
dots?
songs.
41?
What are these little white dots?
They did My Own Worst Enemy, right?
Nope, that's lit.
There's something in the
That
water.
is lit.
I actually don't
Dude.
know how to get rid of those. I think you have to poke a needle with them.
Yeah.
Who's having a conversation and who's being a bullshitter?
I need to know if anyone here has a problem with me. I heard you say something earlier about someone filled up the whole trash and then didn't take it out. Now that was me.
Oh shit,
Because
mother
I got back and did
bitch.
that.
That was me.
Mainly, okay, I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
You should take
It was
the-
just really hot, the festival. Like, if it was
Oh,
like a
you're
normal
back on the
hot temperature,
festival.
it would've
He
been
keeps talking about
fine. It was
the
just a little
festival.
warm, but the fact that there was
Or like
water
a
kept
bunch
it
We
of-
know
really
it's
cool.
warmer in Arizona, dude.
There were like a bunch of like girls there.
There was a lot of girls there at the
Whoa.
festival.
Did you touch and fuck?
So we're gonna
Easy
take a look at our
question,
sponsors,
dude.
Bespoke Post.
We don't have another sponsor, Nick.
Uchimama. Looks like we got another sponsor, and this one is Candid. Have you ever had a problem with your teeth that you've always wanted to get fixed? I have. An option that can help. You won't need to go through the hassle or long-term treatment of wire braces, and you can do it all from the comfort of your own home. It's this new company called Candid. Candid is helping people gain confidence through accessible and affordable orthodontic care. Candid makes the process of straightening your teeth convenient and easy by having the customer take the process into their own hands. Candid's network of highly trained orthodontists review each and every case and directs the entire aligner plan. You're going to have straighter and brighter teeth in an average of 6 months, and it costs 65% less than braces. Each aligner purchase includes Candid's premium whitener. Everything you need to take molds of your teeth from home is delivered to your home. Candid will set up a video call with you to answer any questions you have and walk you through the modeling process. Candid only uses experienced orthodontists, never general dentists. Each treatment plan is customized specifically for your needs to help you straighten your teeth. The first step is to purchase their starter kit, which will be sent to your home so you can take impressions of your teeth. The kit retails for $95. An orthodontist licensed in your state reviews your specific case and creates a 3D preview of what your treatment and final result will look like. Having a real orthodontist is the main reason you'll love Candid. Candid's treatment time is an average of 6 months and will literally save you thousands compared to the other guys. You're one step away from getting straighter, whiter teeth. Take advantage of Candid's risk-free starter kit guarantee. Plus, when you use my dedicated link, candidco.com/pine, you'll save 50% on your starter kit. That's candidco.com/pine to get 50% off the price of your starter kit. candidco.com/pine. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on tour? You ever get almost murdered?
You ever watch How I Met Your Mother's
What's the
Murder?
most people you've ever had sex with at the same time? Seriously.
We've had drunk people like walk onto our bus before.
Who cares?
Did you just kick them off?
Yeah, well, our tour manager will just be like, "Yo, what the hell are you doing?" And then kick
Remember
them
when
off.
we partied on your fucking bus, dude?
That was the homeless
country
people who walked
music?
into our bus.
Do you ever answer
That
any
wasn't,
questions about
man.
sex or anything?
No, I don't
remember
think
that.
You keep that shit hidden?
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know.
Okay. I
think
respect that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Keep
How many
what
people have
shit?
you had sex with at the most at one time? No, have you ever...
He's been in a fucking
Have you ever been in a
20-some,
fight
man.
on tour or anything?
Like a fist fight?
Not necessarily with your band members, but like as a like a confrontation. Because you guys get drunk all the time.
You're talking real fucking fast,
I'm
dude.
talking about a real fucking fight.
No,
You don't just say real fucking right after I say fucking, man. Like, come on. You're talking real fucking fast.
I don't think so. No, because we don't really fight. We've never had a shouting match within our band, or like
Not
a
talking about
fist
within
fight.
your band,
No,
bitch.
I know, but that's
Slow
what
it down,
I'm starting,
dude.
pal.
If you're
And
gonna
then-
interview him, you better slow it the fuck down, man. I
And
can't
then-
even hear you.
I don't know. No, the answer's no.
You've never been in a fight in your entire life?
I have. I've been punched in the face, but I didn't retaliate.
Cry?
Remember his
No.
fucking cheekbone got
He broke
shattered.
my cheekbone.
Holy shit, how did I forget that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What happened?
He got his cheekbone shattered.
He made a sheep's bone shatter.
Yeah, yeah, and the whole time I was just like, he was like coming at me, and he goes, "Where do you want it?" And I'm like,
My cousin.
Where do you want it?
yeah, that's what he said. He's like, "Where do you want it?" And my brother
Like
used
a
to
hit,
say
like
that
a
to me.
punch?
And I was like, "Oh, that's where you got that." Yeah, and I was like, "What?" I was like, and there was like a bunch of people. I was like, "Hey, anyone wanna?" And so they kind of pulled him away, and then he had come back up to me again. He's like, I'm serious, but where do you want it?" And I'm like laughing. I'm just like, is anybody seeing this? What am I supposed to? And I tell him like, dude, what are you gonna hit me? I don't understand. Like, I'm just being a sarcastic
Dude, you sound like
douche.
Parker in a way.
And then he
I noticed that earlier.
and then he
actually,
punched me in the
when he was
face.
standing there.
And then I saw a big white flash, and then my glasses went flying.
And your jaw was just destroyed?
No, I didn't. I didn't really feel it at the time. And
Did
then
it
the
collapse in or just like
Well,
crack?
they had to.
or-
No,
the
none of
doctors
that. I didn't-
accidentally gave him deconstructive surgery.
yeah, I was fine actually. No, I didn't feel a thing until the next morning. I woke up with like a black eye, and my jaw kind of hurt and it was sore. So I went to the hospital and they did an X-ray, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, your cheekbones. It's like it's the thinnest bone in your body, to be fair." Dude.
Really?
But yeah, it was broken. But
Man,
Don't
I could
try to
fucking.
sugarcoat it. This man hurt you.
I could shatter your fucking
it was a good time.
any bone. Like that story got me pumped up to fucking beat the shit out of Nick.
I could shatter any of your fucking bones.
The closest I ever came to actually fighting someone, I was like 12, and they were making fun of my
That
little
doesn't
sister.
count. No, right off the
And
bat.
I grabbed his shirt like I
Dude.
thought you're supposed to in movies, and
Listen to me,
No, I wanted to
bitch.
lift him up the wall, but we were at the skating rink and he had skates
But you
on.
realize that
Weighed
you're
like
not that
25
strong?
fucking pounds.
Oh,
No, so I
fuck.
tried to lift him. I'm like, and I just kind of like.
I didn't-
kinda went like that. And then I was
Dude,
like,
this is what happened.
and I
This is
kinda-
what happened. You grabbed your shirt and you went.
That's literally what happened.
Dude, I had a fight when I was 12. My friend David, I was friends with, like I was a nerd. I was friends with huge nerds. And we were, shut up. And we had, big imaginations. Now, my friend, I don't know what he thought he was, but we were in a big argument in his basement. And he came
Was
at,
he doing some?
dude,
What was he doing? I want to know what the argument was.
couldn't tell you. It was some bullshit, dude. I think it was Treasure Trash Day.
Oh, fuck that, dude.
You told us this like not too long ago.
No,
Well,
I don't
he came at
remember
me
this.
with claws.
I don't remember
Did I tell
this.
you that? Did I tell you he came at me with claws?
I don't
And
remember
I choked
this.
him out. I choked the fucker
You
out.
didn't
and
choke him out. You
didn't.
choked him until he went stop, and then you went.
No,
Yeah.
this was the story.
Yeah,
This was
yeah.
the lie that you told Mimi on Two Truths and a Lie.
No, it wasn't.
I don't remember this.
No. This
No,
wasn't
the
lie.
locker. You're thinking of the locker. The kid that stole some shit
This
from
is
his
a
locker.
completely real thing.
The
He
lie,
came at me with
the lie
claws because
about
I could
that
see him.
joke. The lie about that one was that you choked him out. So I'm not believing that you choked this kid out.
Here
No,
we
no,
go.
I
This
just
is the exact.
I myth busted it. He didn't even choke him out. He just like choked him for a
This
couple
is
of
the
seconds.
exact setting of events. I saw because we were in an argument. He starts creeping, walking towards me, and I know something's up, dude. He's walking like a fucking Naruto character.
He's walking like a fucking narc.
Dude, he's walking slowly over to me, and just when he gets close enough, he attacks me with claws. And this is a completely. I swear to God. Well, I mean, I guess that wouldn't matter, but it fully happened. He came at me with claws, and he's not a strong guy,
looking all
and
the
I wasn't
peeking
strong
on
either. But I put my hand around his neck and I threw him to the ground. It wasn't like a choke out. I shouldn't have said choke out because that's a lie. But I was on the ground and I was over on top of him, and I don't remember exactly what I made him do to like make him start crying, but it wasn't anything like serious.
Did you belittle him?
It was, I think, the affirmative action that I displayed over him that really
Dominance.
I dominated. Dude, I dominated him like how you're supposed to punish a dog.
Getting close
Getting
and standing
close
over
and
top.
standing over top.
That's right. I own you, bitch.
Exactly.
How old were
Yeah.
you?
Oh, I must have been 12, like around the same, or maybe not 12,
Yeah.
but like
None of this
I
seems
wanna see
badass because you were 12.
6th,
though.
7th grade.
That's
yeah.
the thing. I want to see what actually happened because in those moments, everything like when, especially that
You
age,
think it's
everything's
so
the
much more
biggest deal.
badass?
And everything's like so dramatic, but it's really just the stupidest little shit.
Dude, his
I gotta
parents.
go.
Well, keyword 12 years old.
His parents caught us watching porn.
Oh,
after
really?
The fact.
Watching
Us.
or were you
Both you
jerking?
guys.
Were you jerking
Well,
at different sides of the
We
room?
weren't jerking.
You
'cause
were. You did. You
we were
absolutely
very young.
did.
No, I looked up hot boobies, I think, on his computer.
No, I'm sure you looked up sweet tang pussy, baby.
I don't know if I knew how to masturbate at that age yet.
I taught you.
But they caught us with the search history later on, and David, he was the guy that I
Hot
choked
boobies.
out. He told me, he said that his parents said, well, at least we know he's not gay.
What's wrong with being gay?
Dude,
I mean, back then,
Dude, that's such a parent thing
that's
to say.
such a fucking
back
parent
then, from a
1990s
parent,
thing
you
to
wouldn't
say.
even think twice. You'd be like, "Yep, that's what they say.
Yep.
That's what they say." And you would probably be like, "At least I'm not gay." Back then,
Or like, at least they know that.
yeah, exactly.
At least they think
At least
that.
they know.
No, I was
At least
only
they think
concerned
that.
with how embarrassed I felt that they caught me looking
Yeah.
at porn. Yeah.
And that's the only thing on your mind at that moment. She's like, oh fuck. Like my mom, I thought I would use Bing, the computer in my room.
And you thought that was a secret.
And I thought
like,
that was a
Bing.
secret. So I would delete the history on Bing. And I was like, oh yes, this is how you get away with it. Not knowing that there's just browser history, of course.
Dude, I remember
so she took my
when I
computer
found
away.
out you could
Damn.
delete browser history.
That must have been a big change in your
But then
life.
every
changed
time your
my
parents
life.
go to see your browser
'Cause
history,
Lauren would always see it.
it's empty. Oh, you don't use your computer? Hey, check your browser history. You don't use your computer? What the fuck are you doing?
Mom, I've been studying
You know?
neuroscience, and I didn't want you to call me a nerd.
I never had any.
What are you
like,
doing
my
on your
parents
computer?
check my computer anyways.
Yeah, I don't
My
think
mom's
I
nosy, in like a loving, caring, creepy, awful way.
Wants to make sure you're
No,
not
I didn't
selling
you jerking
your
off?
license.
She wants to make sure you're not jerking off.
I've never been walked in on doing anything like that.
Oh, I got walked in on jerking my fucking dick in my parents' bed.
And I think I told for everyone for watching the podcast.
I think I told this. Remember, my stepdad at the time, I was
Oh,
laying
yeah.
in their fucking bed, and he
Why
walked
there?
in. And, I don't know, man. I was
Just
young.
'cause.
I was young, and that was like the only TV in the house was that room, and I think I knew they were home too. They were like downstairs. I was like, I'll just go in there and I'll fucking watch some porn on VHS on the TV.
They had porn on VHS?
Yeah, dude.
Did you, like,
This was the late '80s.
This was the late '80s.
Did they have like a
Cool, no,
drawer?
that's dope.
No, it was my film.
Oh.
I brought it into the room and
I
put it in the
filmed it.
TV. That the TV had a VHS player connected
Oh,
to it.
it was
It's
your
like a little,
film.
It was my film.
Where'd you get that?
I don't know.
Shot
The
Janine
dump. I
across the
think my
street.
brother would come back with boxes of VHS from the dump, and we would cross our fingers that there'd be a porno
Kinda
in there.
sicko would
And
throw
there
that
was
out.
some guy who's used it too much,
Go to
probably.
the dump to find VHS.
In the country in
that's
Canada, you go to the
disgusting.
dump and they have like reuse centers
Dude.
too, where there's like good shit, and so you'd go drop your shit off and you just look at it and
What
be like,
you
oh, is there any cool shit I want?
experienced back then with that whole setup is what people go to the lengths now after they've watched too much porn and they have to do that.
You have to buy it.
Do you know what I mean?
They have to break back into their parents'
That's what
house.
happens when they
And
have
that's how I learned
it's
about
so
porn.
degrading.
That's how I
They
learned
have to,
about
like,
it.
take their porn addiction to new limits. I have to go to the fucking dump, get a VHS,
Go in
to
my
my parents'
parents'
house, lay in my fucking parents' bed, plug the VHS in, watch some fucking softcore porn.
And then my fucking stepdad walked in, and I'm laying on my back with my fucking, just laying there, fucking sprawled out. And he walked in, and he immediately bent over just to pick something off the ground. He's like, "Oh, fuck that."
You're fucking bent over, asshole towards the door.
He bent over
Why'd he bend over?
He was also
because
naked.
he saw me immediately. Fucking
He joined in.
No, so he walked in through the door, and I was on the bed on my back like this, looking over here, and he walks through the door over here, and then he just, instead of going, "What's up?" he bends over and he goes, and then I like fucking collected myself and I went,
tied it up.
"Sup?" I went, "Sup, Greg?"
Sup, Greg?
You underneath the
and he goes, "It's Craig."
And he goes, he's like, "Sup, Chip too." I was like, "Just watching a movie."
Was the
Was it
movie
still
still on
playing?
when that was happening?
I quickly like pulled the blanket on myself, I think, and like.
Oh, so he saw your
hit
penis.
stop. Absolutely, I hit stop, and then he just walked out, went back downstairs, and I finished the job.
No, you went back to it.
I finished the
I
job,
would
man.
never.
I
Wait,
would've
did
been
he
like,
see your tits?
Yeah, he saw my tits, man. I was milking.
Man, I would not have been able to finish.
I was young, man. I was
Yeah.
young and I needed
fuck,
it.
man, that's
It's I think the one
Sup,
time.
Greg?
Sup, Greg?
Yeah, you should.
Sup, Greg?
You should have just held it like total power move.
Dude, yeah, he walks in. Sup, Greg?
And he was new to my house. Like he had just moved in recently, so I was actually jerking off in his bed.
Oh boy.
That was your dominance, man. That was your alpha
my
move.
fucking 14.
Hey,
his place.
you've always been
It
an
was
alpha
at my
male.
home, but he had moved in because he was my stepdad at the time. And then
He was sleeping with your mom.
yes.
So they were in the same
In
bed.
that
So
was
it was
the
your
be-
mom's bed.
Yeah, but it was now his bed too. You
Yeah.
know, because he lived
Right,
there.
right. Okay.
So
I don't
14-year-old me.
understand the logic there.
Hold on, how many beds is there?
Dude,
How many beds, sister?
I would have been like 14 or something. Like
so fun.
couple years into jerking off, where you're all like you're doing it in bad places because you
Yeah.
have to.
I mean, the only places you can really do it are your room.
Yeah,
or if
what-
your parents are gone, you fucking
What am I
hump
gonna-
the couch
what am I
or
gonna
some
just
shit.
think
Make
about
a-
shit,
Make
though?
a fucking
No,
hole
I'm
in the
gonna use
couch.
a
Parents
VHS.
ask why there's a hole in the couch. I don't know.
I don't know. Fucked it.
Fucking having sex
Well,
with
I
a
had to
cotton
fuck
inside
something.
of
Having sex with a SpongeBob
our
doll.
couch is made out of cotton.
My couch was made out of fleshlights.
I think, we've really learned a lot about each other
Yeah.
throughout this process. Now, Nick obviously didn't share as much as I'd hoped, and we also, talked a bunch, and the guest didn't get to talk, which is a general theme.
It's
but it's
true.
like, I ask you things, and if I don't get the appropriate answers, you don't get to talk.
I look at it like this: you got something to say, you really want to say it, you'll say it.
Dude, that's exactly it. Whenever someone complains about a guest on the podcast,
I know it's not the right way of thinking, but like I hope that our guests feel comfortable enough to just talk, and you're just saying what you want to say. Is there more that you want to say?
is there anything you want to say, man? You have the floor. You got a tour coming
Floor's
up.
yours, man. You got a
anything?
tour?
Any
Yeah.
shows you got?
Where can they find you? Yes.
Yes.
And
You can do it.
come on, bud.
Come on, man. You gotta put lotion on your fucking face.
You
So
got
our sponsor is Bespoke Post.
Oh shit,
If you just
man.
sign up,
They are one of ours, like in general. So it's like he's not.
Would you
at
like
least
to
he
hear
didn't say
the?
something
Would you guys
else.
like to hear the real sponsor?
Yeah.
What's
Yes,
going
I'd
on
love
right
to
now? And
hear
then
that.
we'll do closing stuff after that. And let's just take a look at this sponsor.
Thanks for a sponsor once again.
they didn't pay me.
Beyond the Pine is sponsored by Experian. Experian is empowering customers to increase their credit scores instantly. People can now get credit for the good behavior they've already been exhibiting for paying utility and phone bills they're already paying on time. Experian Boost is a game-changing product that puts consumers in control. And if that wasn't enough, it's also free. Experian is on a mission to help boost America's credit score, which will help millions of people across the country establish and get better access to credit. Having a higher credit score is key to getting the things you want in life. For me, that's a house. My credit score is awful. I won't be getting a house. How does Experian Boost work? It gives you credit for the utility and telecom bills you're already paying. So if you pay your bills like water, gas, electric, cable, cell phone through a checking or savings account, you could instantly raise your credit scores. This is the first time a credit bureau is allowing consumers to submit utility and telecom payments to be factored into their credit file, and only Experian is doing this. This is also the first time credit scores can be raised instantly. Most people who boost increase their scores by more than 10 points. Only positive payments will be factored into their credit file. It can only help, not hurt. In rare situations where a person's score goes down from boosting, they can instantly disconnect Boost and their credit score will go back up to where it was. I can't believe it's taken this long for someone to do this. So what are you waiting for? Experian Boost can potentially help you establish or increase your access to credit. Boost your FICO score instantly for free. Boost is only available at Experian.com/pine. That's EXPERIAN.com/pine. Thank you, Experian, for sponsoring Beyond the Pine. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Wow, James, you've been texting ever since that sponsor was finished. That's crazy.
Wow.
How'd you...
Got a lot to say.
Somebody
Yeah.
dying?
Somebody dying, James?
No.
Somebody dying?
If only. I just want to say thank you, Nick.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
But
man.
truly, let's get
Yeah.
back to that one thing real quick. If we have a guest
Oh.
and they don't talk, that's
That's
on
their-
them.
that's on them.
Dude, that's on them.
Because you know what? When I am on a podcast, I try to bring, my A game.
Yeah,
Not that you didn't.
yes.
I just mean in general. Like,
Yeah.
I imagine that the guest would want to just like be in there and fucking
Going.
get in there, and
Yeah.
you do what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
maybe-
yeah, like sometimes
Are we
they ask
intimidating?
you how much money your friends are making or how much sex you're having, and
Yeah.
sometimes you just
You ever
love
seen a
answering those
podcast?
questions. Very normal questions.
Those are normal
More
podcast
things you
questions.
can just jump right into.
And
you know?
entertainment industry podcast
Nick,
questions.
I'm
Very
starting to
normal.
think you haven't watched a single episode of our podcast.
Or a podcast. Did you watch a podcast?
Who was the one that asked Nick to be on the podcast?
Right
Was that
here.
you? So did you give him an informational
Right here.
booklet?
He's been on the podcast before.
I've done it before.
He's done it before. He's already got
One of
the
the
information.
highest rated ones. I think the like to dislike ratio is the best on that episode of all of them.
That's
I think they're all
probably
about
right,
that.
actually.
Yeah.
Dude, and your
Check that out.
performance, pretty good.
I think they're all about the same besides Ice Beside. And then one.
Yeah, when we had Ice on, people were really pissed.
Who's that?
He's a good guy.
He's a real bad bastard.
Who's that? He's a good guy. He's a
You
real
would
bad
actually love Ice
bastard.
Poseidon. You would love him.
Yeah, he live
You wouldn't.
streams racism.
You wouldn't like that at all.
He was on your podcast after that?
Yeah.
What's this all about?
What?
Just wanted to
my hair?
Just wanted to touch
Oh,
it.
my hair is just ridiculous.
No, man.
I wanted to get a haircut this morning.
Me too.
And they told me I couldn't.
You gotta
Dude,
just
I want to get a haircut.
A little bit of volume back here.
We should cut
Nick.
each other's hair.
Where do you get your hair cut around here?
Floyd's.
What purple? Is that
Okay.
near here?
Floyd's dope. Yeah.
What kind of stuff do
You
use
guys
in your
would
hair?
love it.
Like
Dry
a-
shampoo.
Dry shampoo. I use dry shampoo too.
Yeah.
I'm
Dry
wondering if
shampoo?
it's drying up my hair too much though. Feel this. Is it drying
No,
it
it
out
feels
too
great.
much? Okay, cool.